world of show business, you know, there's a thing called the American no. It's the sort of thing where you have this meeting and everybody loves you, and you know you think, oh, this is going really well, and you picture a movie, a film, a record, whatever, and you think, gosh, you know, they all seem really enthused. This looks like it could be a winner. I'm on to a winner, right? And then you find out that you never hear from them again, and literally, you know, they don't return your calls, emails, and if you do see people, they tend to keep away from you at a vast difference, particularly if it's a party or some kind of premiere. You know, as far as they're concerned, unless you make this a go yourself, it's done and dusted. The same thing now could have been said for Meghan Markle. Looks like she's got quite a few American no's. Let me explain. Morning, nice to see you. Thank you so much for your time today. We'll have a lovely wave. Are you all right? I'm not so bad, thank you. Always nice to see what you're up to, and thank you as ever for your lovely comments, your shares and your likes. It's very important. Do press that like button if you can. If you've enjoyed it, of course, there's no pressure. As I say, I just prefer people to enjoy the content, to get involved. It's a bit of company. It's fun, you know, it's kind of having a conversation with chums. That's how I like to see it, you know. No charges, no memberships, no buy me a coffees. Can't be bothered with all of that sort of stuff. I know many of us feel the same way when you go to the thing now and they say, do you want to, you know, the checkout, sorry, you know, when they say, do you want to donate to charity? You think, hang on, you know, I came in here to buy a reasonably priced jar of coffee. Suddenly now I'm having to donate to charity. It's ridiculous, isn't it? I like things simple. Well, you can tell. There's no need to be rude, but you can tell, can't you? You know, that's the thing. You just have to think, just leave me alone, you know? Some people might say the same thing that's now happening for Meghan Markle, because as I told you recently, Meghan basically, as we know, has got the show coming up for Netflix, the With Love Meghan, which has got no recipes, no bits and pieces. I find that odd, you know, although I have to say, I'm not that bothered about the recipes, because if you're like me, let's be honest, right, folks, do you really make the recipes afterwards? I mean, you look at it and think, well, I haven't got that. I won't bother, you know. But on principle, I just like looking at the food, don't you? And thinking, oh, that kitchen's nice. But as we know, it wasn't Meghan's kitchen for With Love Meghan. That was the neighbour's. Yeah, absolutely. Maybe hers is covered in grease or something. Who knows? I mean, I don't know. You kind of wonder, well, why would you not use your own kitchen if it's about family, friends and putting together something? But, you know, maybe it's not done. Yeah, well, maybe she's still waiting for the kitchen fitted or the cupboards are not ready. There's always a problem, isn't there, in the world, let's be honest. But there's a problem, you see, because as I also told you, her mother Doria didn't make the cut, even though bosses thought this was an excellent idea. Now, again, where I find this particular fascinating is that she wasn't the only one, because as you can imagine, Netflix were hoping for big names, you know. They wanted people to, you know, come on the show that felt could drive the show, you know what I'm saying? And the idea really was, you know, they were looking at the people like George and Amal, you know, people who'd been to the wedding. What about Oprah Winfrey, apparently, you know, big chum, that sort of thing. Gayle King, you know. But no, seemingly they were all too busy, as was this family, that's right, the Kardashians. Once, of course, the mega sort of powerhouse of reality TV. Still going apparently, but not really cracking any pots anymore, because they've sold everything, done everything, marriages, you know, ever-changing faces, makeup, you name it, they have literally rinsed everything dry. But according to a source, Meghan was very keen to either have Chris or Kim just popping in on the show, had a bit of glitz and glamour. According to that source, and as ever we have to say allegedly, well, apparently they were a little busy, but maybe for the second series. Right. Now, what that really means, right, is this. As I said at the start of the video, it's an American no. We're going to test it out. We're going to see if you can get an audience. If it's a success, more than happy to come on, of course, and bask in the successful format, you know, the format of the show. But also, let's not forget that Kris Jenner, and I was there when this happened, well, they gave her a chat show on Fox called Kris. It was going to be 15 episodes or something like that. They barely got into, I think, well, 5, and suddenly it was axed because she couldn't get an audience. So you would have thought that she may have shown a little bit of empathy, maybe helped her fellow sisterhood, but seemingly it was simply an American no. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.